They found something in the walls, but at first, Claire Bennett thought the building was just quiet. Too quiet. Hawthorne Oaks looked normal from the outside. A clean apartment complex, a small American suburb, cheap rent, fresh paint, friendly neighbors. But the first thing Claire noticed was how carefully everyone smiled, not warm.
New terrifying stories every week. Subscribe now and enter the darkness.
Supposed to work. The woman at the leasing office held eye contact a little too long. The mailman never blinked while speaking, and the elderly couple in apartment 4B stood outside their door every night at exactly 9:15. They never talked. They never moved. They just listened to the walls. Claire ignored it. After the divorce, she needed silence, and Hawthorne Oaks gave her silence. No loud music, no dogs barking, no children playing outside, no arguments through the walls. Nothing. The building did not feel peaceful, it felt rehearsed. Then Claire started noticing the pauses. Every conversation had them. Tiny pauses, like invisible buffering. Good morning. Pause. Good morning. How long have you lived here? Pause. A while. Nobody interrupted each other. Nobody laughed too hard. Nobody spoke too quickly. It felt like the entire building had learned human behavior by watching it. Then came the breathing. Thursday night, 3:12 a.m. Claire woke up in bed. Her room was dark. Rain tapped softly against the window. And inside the wall beside her bed, someone was breathing. Slow, steady, human. Claire held her breath. The breathing stopped too, like it knew she was awake. Then came 3 soft knocks. Not on the door, inside the wall, 3 knocks. Pause, 3 more. The next morning, Claire called maintenance. 2 workers arrived in less than 4 minutes. Too fast, almost like they had already been waiting. They wore gray uniforms. No logo, no name tags, no smiles. One worker kept staring at the smoke detector. Not at the wall, not at Claire. At the smoke detector. The other cut open the drywall beside her bed. There was nothing inside, no pipes, no mold, no rats, just darkness. The worker smiled, a careful smile. Old building settled. Then they left, without cleaning the dust. That night, Claire bought a hidden camera. She placed it facing the bedroom wall. At exactly 3:12 a.m., the camera recorded her bedroom door opening. A man walked in, gray maintenance uniform, blank face. He stood beside Claire's sleeping body for 17 minutes, watching her. Not moving, not blinking. Then he leaned close to her ear and whispered something. The camera had no audio. Claire replayed the footage again, and again, and again. On the 7th viewing, she noticed something worse. The man's shadow did not move with him, it lagged behind, just slightly, like the room itself was delayed. Claire took the footage to the police, but when the officers checked the SD card, the video was gone, deleted. Only one corrupted frame remained, a blurred face, too close to the lens. Smiling, the officer looked at Claire and asked, "Have you been sleeping lately?" That night, every apartment light in Hawthorne Oaks shut off at exactly 3:12 a.m. Claire stood frozen in her bedroom. Then she heard it. Footsteps. Inside the walls. Not one person. Dozens. Moving through the building. Slow, organized, purposeful. Like people walking through hidden hallways. The footsteps stopped beside her bedroom. Then her television turned on by itself. Black screen. White text. "Please remain calm during observation." Claire ran into the hallway. Every apartment door was already open. Every resident was standing outside. Nobody looked confused. Nobody asked what happened. Nobody screamed. They were all looking up. Claire followed their eyes. Tiny red lights blinked behind every smoke detector. Cameras, not hidden, Not secret anymore, openly watching. Then every resident turned toward Claire at the exact same time. No delay, no hesitation, like one nervous system, sharing one thought. An old woman whispered, "Don't make them restart you." Claire backed away. "What?" The old woman's face changed instantly. Terror. Then the careful smile returned, like something had corrected her. The next morning, Claire met Daniel from apartment 8C. He refused to speak inside the building. He took her to the parking garage, deep underground, where the concrete walls blocked most sound. "Even there," he whispered, "they aren't studying us anymore." Claire stared at him. "Who?" Daniel looked at the ceiling camera, then said, "The people inside the walls." He told her Hawthorne Oaks had started as a research project. Late 1980s. Isolation studies, identity conditioning, emotional dependency, memory retention, fear adaptation. Residents were monitored for years: sleep patterns, reaction timing, loneliness, stress, obedience. But eventually, Sana, the experiment changed. Observation became replication. "They learned something," Daniel said. Claire asked, "What?" Daniel swallowed. "That identity is editable." Claire tried to laugh, but Daniel did not. Then he asked, "What did the maintenance man whisper to you?" Claire went cold. She had never told him about that. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. "He whispered to me too." "What did he say?" Daniel stared at the floor. "He said my memories were almost ready." 3 knocks echoed somewhere nearby. Daniel's face lost all color. He whispered, "Don't fall asleep tonight." Then he walked away. The next day, Daniel no longer existed. Apartment 8C was empty. No lease, no mail, no security footage, no maintenance record. Every resident said the same thing. Nobody named Daniel had ever lived there. Even Claire's text messages with him were gone. That evening, Claire returned to her apartment shaking. Something was different, not obvious, just wrong. The couch was 2 inches farther from the wall. The kitchen table had been turned slightly. A framed photo had moved, like someone had rebuilt her apartment from memory. On the kitchen counter, there was a printed document. No envelope, no fingerprints, only typed words. Subject is beginning self-awareness. Below that, a checklist. Emotional separation progressing. Original identity destabilizing. Memory bleed increasing. Replacement transition possible within 72 hours. Claire stopped breathing. That night, she broke into the restricted maintenance level beneath the building. She expected tunnels, hidden cameras, secret rooms. But what she found was worse. Offices, hundreds of offices, rows of cubicles stretching beneath Hawthorne Oaks. Inside each cubicle sat a resident from the building, watching surveillance feeds, taking notes, monitoring neighbors. Everyone wore gray maintenance uniforms. Everyone looked empty, like people who had forgotten why they were alive. Then one woman slowly turned toward Claire, and Claire stopped moving. The woman had her face, not similar, not related, her exact face. Same scar above the eyebrow, same posture, same tired eyes, same voice. The woman smiled softly. "You adjusted faster this cycle." Claire backed away. "No." The other Claire tilted her head. "You still think you moved here after your divorce?" Claire could not speak. The other Claire stepped closer. "You were born here." Then Claire's memories began to collapse. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly, like pages being removed from a book. Her wedding, blurry. Her childhood home, wrong. Her mother's face, unstable. Every important memory felt rehearsed, constructed, placed inside her. The other Claire said, "Every few years they rewrite us." Claire whispered, "Who?" The woman smiled sadly. "We do. Then she pointed upward. To survive observation. Claire finally understood. The people in the walls were not monsters. They were not ghosts. They were not kidnappers. They were previous residents, older versions. People who had survived so many identity resets. They no longer remembered who they had been. Monitoring newer residents was the final stage. Because once a person lost certainty in their own identity, they stopped resisting. The horror was not surveillance. The horror was that a person could be watched for so long that they became programmable.
Then Claire noticed something else. Every worker in every cubicle was listening. Each one had a small microphone pressed to the wall, listening upward to the residents sleeping. The other Claire whispered, "That's the final phase." Claire asked, "What is?" A small smile appeared on the woman's face. "You start recognizing yourself by sound instead of memory." Then the lights went out. Total darkness. Breathing filled the room. Not one person breathing. Hundreds. All around her. Inside the walls. Claire ran. She ran through dark maintenance corridors. Emergency lights flickered above her. Red, black, red, black. Then she saw the hallway walls. They were covered in framed photographs, employee photographs, decades of them. Maintenance workers, researchers, residents. Every photograph contained Claire, sometimes in the front, sometimes in the background. Different hairstyles, different names, different ages, but always her, always watching. The final photograph showed a little girl standing in a hallway beside an elderly woman. On the back, someone had written, "First successful recursive subject." Claire dropped the frame. And then, she remembered. Not her marriage, not her divorce, not her mother. Something worse. She remembered being a little girl in Hawthorne Oaks. She remembered hearing breathing in the walls. And she remembered that it comforted her. Because even then, she had never been alone. 3 days later, police found Claire inside her apartment. Calm, clean, quiet. She told them she had been under stress. She said there was nothing inside the walls. She said Daniel was not real. She said the maintenance level did not exist. And when they asked if she still heard breathing, Claire smiled carefully, exactly like the others. Then she said, "No." 2 weeks later, a new resident moved into apartment 11B. Young, recently divorced, emotionally isolated. Perfect candidate. Her name was Mara. The first night, Mara unpacked alone. The apartment was silent. Too silent. At 3:12 a.m., she woke to breathing inside her bedroom wall. Slow, steady, human. Then came 3 soft knocks. Pause. 3 more. Mara sat up in bed. Her voice trembled. "Who's there?" Inside the wall, Claire opened a new notebook. Her hand was steady now. She wrote, "Day 1. Subject heard the breathing." Then Claire leaned close to the wall and whispered gently, "You stop being afraid after the 3rd reset." Mara froze. The camera pulled back, through the bedroom wall, past the wires, past the insulation, past the narrow hidden corridor, and deeper into Hawthorne Oaks. Miles of corridors, thousands of residents sitting silently in darkness, listening to each other breathe, taking notes, waiting. Not to escape, but to remember who they used to be.